All right, hey folks, welcome to our latest trip. So what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be taking you home with me. I am leaving my workplace here. We're up in Bellingham at the Technical College, and I am going to have FSD Beta 10.69.2 try and drive me home. I'll show you the traffic through Bellingham. We'll merge onto I-5 South, and then I'll probably turn the camera off because we have a number of miles on I-5. It's an autopilot drive, not FSD. And then once we exit I-5 and get off on Highway 20 to head into Anacortes, I'll bring you along for the rest of the trip. So join me now as we head off and have a good time. Thank you very much, and let's do this. All right. All right, folks, here we go. Let me engage it early, and we definitely don't want to go that way. I don't quite understand why it does that. Let's see if it lets me leave the parking lot. All right, we're engaged. And we are going to be taking a left-hand turn. The car changed its mind. All right, that's okay. We don't mind if it wants to change its mind. Oh, no, now we're doing it right. Okay. That's okay too. We're just going to keep an eye on traffic and make sure we don't upset anybody. There we go. Oh, a little bit of a little wobbly, but not bad. More than a little wobbly. I have had a wonderful day. I got to go visit with some of my friends. Nothing coming. The car's creeping. Let's go ahead and get our full screen out for you. Had a wonderful visit with my buddies. And then I was able to get some work accomplished. So I worked, had a nice work meeting. And now we're on our way home, and I will do some more work when I get home. Yeah, we did I did that whole Chuck and a Drive video, and I didn't have any sound, or practically no sound. I ended up having to do a voiceover, so hopefully you saw that video and it wasn't too terrible. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Again, this is, as much as possible, I'm trying to show you how FSD is behaving and operating in all different kind of locations, road conditions, and geographies. So hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing, and yeah, you're giving me a like and a subscribe. Okay, so we got a bicyclist in front of us and a bicyclist on the sidewalk, and let's see what the car does. How's the car going? Oh, they hop back on the sidewalk. Okay, well, those are kind of neat little toys they got there, aren't they? They look like they were having a good time. I filmed this exact drive yesterday and had zero sound, so I just deleted it all. So hopefully I have more success on this trip. Again, total trip is 46 miles, and it's 57 minutes. Actually, it's closer to 50, almost 50 miles door to door. But there's a number of miles that are all I-5 south, and since we're only using autopilot when we're on I-5, it's not really a great test. Hey, good job, car. I liked that. It was a little aggressive, and it got us through that light. Very well done. This person's stopping and turning. Car's giving him space. Oh, stopped a little bit hard. All right, now slow on the uptick. But there we go. And we goosed her just a little bit. I didn't. The car goosed itself, I should say. So again, I don't want to bore you with a whole bunch of interstate driving using the free software everyone gets. Everyone gets autopilot. You can pay for enhanced autopilot, which gives you automatic lane changes and summon and auto park, but we're not going to worry about that in this go around. All right, so we're going to be making a light controlled left here. The car should be signaling and putting its little tongue out. Come on, car. There we go. It's guiding its way over to the left-hand lane. I wish it would signal earlier. There we go. and it will first get in the left lane as it's supposed to, and then we'll watch it get in and signal, yep, and safely get over into our right lane. Nicely done, Amos. Yesterday on the drive that shall not be named, the one I had to throw out because I lost all the audio, the car had an intervention right up here. So let's see if I have to intervene to help it merge onto the on-ramp for Interstate 5 South. That's approaching here on the right. Ooh, I partied a few times in that hotel or motel. And we're going to see how the car does. So it should be signaling to let people know it wants to get over, but it's not. I wish it would. We're yielding as is supposed to, and then we're giving it gas and we're going. All right, so there you have it, folks. We have so far successfully navigated through Bellingham traffic. We made it onto the guide meridian, and we are now merging onto I-5 South. So I will join you again when we hit Highway 20. All right, folks, and you are joining me as we exit Interstate 5 South, and we are heading to Anacortes. So thank you very much for joining me. It was a bit of a lively drive, and yeah, bit of a lively drive. The car made a mistake there. Didn't know what lane it wanted to be in. There we go, now it learned. We've got a guy behind me who's kind of angry with me, I think, because I passed him fast. But, you know, it's all right. Interstate 5 on the West Coast. I know it is on the West Coast. We have the laziest drivers in America, I swear. They do not get over. They just sit and hang out. Okay, and we're going. I goosed the car a little bit there to get it to go. And frankly, I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I'm going to go around this guy and we're going to set our cruise control. All right, now we've got FSD engaged and we are ready for our trip home. I apologize, folks, but I get so frustrated with people who just camp in the left-hand lane and never move. It's very, 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 very frustrating. And so, anyway, I had to get around that truck because. So, car did really well. I typically intervene quite often on I-5 just because of the traffic. So, that's one reason I don't bring you that trip. And the other reason is because it's autopilot. It's not full self-drive. And we are testing full self-drive. So a little bit weak on the acceleration. I'm going to goose it just a little bit to get us up. So that was a half an intervention there. We're going to get over into our right-hand lane for just a little bit. And now I'm going to signal to go over into the left-hand lane here. All right, we want to try and be courteous drivers as much as possible. It's a good idea. It makes people less angry with you. We're going to goose our speed up here just a hair. Pretty day, pretty quiet. It's supposed to get cold out here this weekend, so we'll see how that shakes out, what kind of weather we end up really getting. I initiated that lane change as well, folks. Again, I want to not hog the left-hand lane if I don't need to. And we're stopping for a red light, and it's green. Car braked nice and gently, but now we're accelerating again, so very nicely done, Amos. Yeah, beautiful area through here. I very blessed to have this as my home. Can't say it enough how blessed I am. Thank everybody that has subscribed. Really appreciate your support. It means a lot to me, and I just think it's great that there's over 100 of you that found what I'm doing interesting enough that you'd like to see it again. So thank you, and I hope to get some more. All right, this is a relatively boring stretch through here. Not a lot going on, as you can see. So I think what I'll do is I'll turn the camera off here while we travel through these, well, you know what, I'll just leave it on. Why not? It's only memory, and if you don't want to watch the whole video, well, you don't have to. I think that's fair. I don't know why we're braking here a little bit early for the light, and now we're accelerating again. That was a little strange, Oh, and now we've got a stoplight. Well, that was a short light. All right, well, we'll come to a nice stop here, let these two cars go through, and then maybe we'll be able to head back on down the road. Oh, looks like we're going to be stopped at a light here for a minute, folks, so I'm just going to give you a break, and I'll step back in and when we see something interesting. Hey, welcome back. We are just headed over the Twin Bridges. We've gone about 2.5 miles on FSD while the camera was turned off again. I'm just trying to save the poor thing from overheating and also from you from being super bored, which again, I just kind of tell myself that if you're bored, you're not going to watch all the way to the end. So it's kind of a thing I don't got to worry about too much. Why'd I bring you back? Well, because we are coming into some of a little more interesting area for this drive. So we're going to see how FSD behaves as we crest up over this hill. I initiated that lane change, folks. Again, I don't want to hog the left-hand lane. I absolutely cannot stand people that do that. But we see we have a truck up here on the right, pulled off to the shoulder, so we're going to give them some space, and we're going to be polite drivers and get over in the left. And then we'll signal and get back over into the right. This is a function that enhanced autopilot comes with, folks, automatic lane changes. And, well, I don't know if it's worth $6,000 or $7,000. It is very, very nice to have. So we've got a little bit of a view of the refineries out my window. Hopefully you maybe got a little peek of them as we went by. Well, car braked a little harder than it needed to there, but that's okay. The big derricks that you see outside of the oil refineries, or at least some of them, in the instance of this one here, ours, that is what's known as a coke drum, or a delayed coking unit. And coke is the last product that you get out of oil in the refining process. And so what they do is they basically take this really, really heavy tar, they flash it into a drum that is at vacuum, and as that tar sets up inside the drum, it turns into what's known as coke. And that coke is, it looks like coal. It's a black carbon type substance, and depending on the refinery, they will either process it further, like at the BP Cherry Point refinery, Kia EV6, which is known as a calciner, or in the instance of this refinery here, they'll send it to someone else to have them dry it out or calcine it. And what that does is it essentially cooks out the volatile hydrocarbons. So it cooks out all of the remaining percentage of gasoline and whatnot that's in the coke, and then they can use it for what's called anode grade coke. They use it to make aluminum. They use it in the smelting process. All right, here we go. We're approaching this roundabout. This roundabout hasn't been updated with traffic data, and we do actually want to take this bypass lane, so I am going to take us through Anacortes, and so I'm going to intervene here and navigate the car around the roundabout so that we go into town. It would have taken us on a back way, and I want to actually take us through town. I want to see how town looks again. So yeah, a lot of people maybe don't know that, but yep, they use that for smelting aluminum. At one point, 1 out of every aluminum pop cans and beer cans in the United States had some of the coke in it from the BP Cherry Point refinery up in Ferndale. That's how much coke they sold. And they're big, huge blocks. They electrify them, and then they lower them down, and they create these big arc blast furnaces that melts the ore. So that is one of the products that we get from oil refining. So I just gave the camera a little tilt up. You get a little more view as we head out. Maybe see me in the rear view mirror. If there's any interest in learning a little bit more about the oil refining process, or you guys would like me to maybe, you folks would like me to go on a drive out around the refineries, I'm not going to give you like trade secrets, mainly because I don't have them. Oh, car noticed this guy. But I do know a fair amount about the refining process, and I'm happy to talk about it if that is something that interests you. So we could glimpse some of the units and then have a nice little discussion about them. And if that's anything interesting for you, please leave it again in the comments. And I initiated that lane change, folks. Again, I wanted to get over into the left-hand lane because it was going faster, but now it's not. We're going to approach Anacortes city limits here in just a few minutes. I'm going to intervene at the roundabout because I want the car to navigate us through town, and I want to see it take our left-hand turn off of Commercial onto Oaks or 12th Street. So we are going to intervene here in a moment and then navigate through the traffic in town. Yeah, I-5. Oh, golly. I think I left a lot of hurt feelings and probably a few angry people, but man, you know, like, you got to get out of the left-hand lane. Get out of the left-hand lane if you are not passing. And I'm not talking if you're passing at 2 miles an hour over the speed limit either. Be courteous to the other drivers, folks. Please. And honestly, I need to learn to calm down a little bit myself. If that might be something you're interested in too, hell, I would not be opposed to filming my commute on I-5. Might help me actually be a little more calm coming home. All right, we are just about where we want to be. We're going to come up here. We're going to enter this roundabout. I'm going to disengage long enough for the car to give us a new navigation route, so we're not headed a way that we have seen multiple times before. Car's doing a good job here. Keep a nice pace, good distance. Always keeps a good distance. And it's stopping. Good for this Subaru. It kept rolling, but then it stopped. And I'm going to disengage and go through to give it new navigation. That was a little inelegant, really. Amos, come on. We've got higher hopes for you than that, buddy. We'll pull the screen out wide for you. And I'm just waiting for the navigation to tell me it's going to take me to 12th Street, and it did. All right. So FSD is engaged. And we're going to see how the car, how Amos manages driving through the lovely town of Anacortes and gets into the correct lane and makes a proper left-hand turn. If it completes all of that, we'll call this video good. I'll sign off as we head home so you can maybe get a nice view of the water as I pull up to my house, and that'll be this video. Oh, there's an I-3. Oh, nope, my bad, not an I-3. What is that? A Kia something. Huh, weird. All right. And I'm very much curious to know how you like the camera angles. Just please share in the comments if you've made it this far. I'm gonna rack my brain for some other good tests to try FSD on, but as you can see, it is literally a march of nines. I mean, it's not perfect, but boy, oh boy, it's getting pretty good. What's it gonna do here? Is it gonna be rude? Yeah, Amos was not very nice and blocked that person in. I'm sorry. So that was rude of my poor car. We're gonna try and pull up for. We're gonna re-engage FSD. So I intervened there. I should have intervened earlier. Amos was, that was a discourteous drive, Amos. You should have let her out, but I don't think the car is always paying attention to all of that. Oop, 5-0. Luckily, discourteous driving in Anacortes isn't a ticketable offense. Otherwise, we might have gotten a ticket from that cop. All right, rolling through here. Traffic's not too heavy. We got a Tesla there, Model 3 on the left. Yeah, very, very natural, nice and smooth. We're just about to our left-hand turn that we'll have to make, and then we'll call this a good set of videos. I hope you enjoyed the previous versions. I hope you liked seeing us take the Chuckanut Challenge and then go up to Linden, and then Linden to Bellingham. So I'm going to spread these out over a few days, which is good because it means I'll have to do a ton of editing. All right. So we're coming up to our left-hand turn. The car has traffic in front of it, and I don't want it to go get in that other lane. So I really hope it doesn't make the same mistake it did last time. And it's signaling to change lanes. I'm going to intervene, and I'm going to put it in this lane. So it was going to make the same mistake it did last time. Again, it doesn't know where it wants to be, and that is really frustrating. So there's our intervention. It still struggles with this left-hand turn, and we are going to sign off. So, hey, thank you so much for joining me. I'll maybe bring you a obligatory water shot as I pull home, but again, great video. Thanks a lot, and have a great day. Oh, look at that pretty Model S. Beautiful. All right, folks, we are approaching another left-hand turn. Again, I'm on my way home, and this is 12th Street onto Anacortes. So the car struggles, but this latest version, 69.2, it seems to be doing much better. So we're going to find out how it does. We've got oncoming traffic in front of us, and not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. The car doesn't see anything, and it's going. I nudged it a little bit. It swung a little wider than I would have liked, but it managed. And we're going to just give it a little nudge of speed, and we're going to see how it manages through this little area here. So what's the count then? This is a long video. We did Bellingham to home minus Interstate 5, and we had some nudges. I had to nudge it a few times to get it to go through a couple different difficult situations, and a couple interventions. And again, kind of silly interventions, ones that the car should be able to manage. And I've seen that as a pattern now. So the edge cases seem to be getting better, but the simple stuff the car seems to want to struggle with. So let's not make sure we curb any tires. Oh, good job. Good job, Amos. Coming through here a little slower than I think it probably is natural, but it is a park, so I mean, it's probably a good thing. And now let's see if it does the strange. Yeah, it's stopping way too early, and that's an intervention. I'm going to take over there, folks. Thank you for joining me. Please, again, hit that like and subscribe if you like this content. I will be bringing you plenty more. Thank you, and have a great day.